Yeah, good day. This is Carlos, and this is my Hangar9 F22 Raptor, which at this time I've been flying it with 5 cells. I think it's 4,000 milliamp hour lithium polymers, of course, and it does not have a external battery eliminator circuit, or BEC. And a couple of weeks ago, the motor through a magnet, fortunately for me, the model landed okay and taxi okay back to the pilot station and everything. So today, I'm taking the opportunity to provide a more robust, redundant electronics. So in case, God forbid, something happens again to the motor and the electronic speed control shorts out with the back EMF, if it does get locked up due to another incident of a thrown magnet, it will at least land with no issues. And how I do that is introduce the Castle Creations BEC. So that's the package, and right over here I got the whole ordeal all set up. As you can see, it's all bind to the receiver here, and yes, I'm providing a AR8000 DSM-X receiver. Some of these come with a DSM-2, but this is a DSM-X, as you can see. And I just have two servos, elevator and aileron, just so you could see that it's working perfectly with the external Castle Creations BEC Pro. As you can see, I provided an external extended cable right here, which I took the power middle cable out from the connector real carefully. And so this particular electronic speed control is only for the motor, the power system. So in case something happens, this device here will provide the necessary power input to the receiver, which, as you can see, there's two power inputs in two different channels, aux1 and aux2. That way, this little device here keeps happy all the time. So I will be shortly installing all this, minus the servos, of course, into that behemoth Hangar9 F22 Raptor. And hopefully it is a little bit more of a peace of mind issue and safety in case any magnets might get debonded with the high power system, high energy system. Okay, thank you very much for your attention, and any questions, go ahead and provide comments down at the bottom comment section. Thank you. Good evening, this is Carlos with my F22 Raptor by Hangar9. But now it has some decals saying that it's powered by Castle. The reason, and simple enough, is that I decided to improve the electronics and to have a more robust, if you will, fail-safe. But I still have, of course, the single point failure, which is the flight battery. It supplies both an external BEC, as you can see there, by Castle Creations, and it supplies, of course, the power to the motor, electronic speed control. I have disabled the internal battery eliminator circuit, BEC, from the electronic speed control, since I don't need it anymore. All this does is commutates the power to the motor, and that's it. So this device here, which is dually powered output and goes into the input of this receiver, the last two channels, it provides power to the receiver, and of course the receiver powers the servos and whatnot. So essentially I have isolated pretty much the high power power system away from the receiver using this device, and that's it. Of course I could manage to isolate it completely by putting a traditional, if you will, they call it a receiver battery, and just powering a separate battery, powering it to this device right here, and you won't have a fail-safe or a single point failure, which is the flight battery, in case something happens to the electronic speed control. And the reason I'm doing all this is because the motor, a couple of weeks ago, had an issue with a loose magnet. I was very fortunate enough to have the model land, motor still running, even with the thrown magnet. It didn't jam in the rotating case, so I was lucky. But here she is. Motor was repaired, allowed to cure time and everything for the magnet, and a couple of test runs and so forth. So here she is, all live, as you can see. That's the elevator right there. Okay, and you got all the other control surfaces, ailerons working fine, and of course rudder. There's the rudder, dual rudders, of course, F22. So Hangar9 and really produce a very, very, very good flying sport model. And yes, it's a prop jet. It's not an EDF, but I love this model. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to get the gray version. They made a gray version of this, and I'm going to set it up identical, perhaps identical, just like it is. The trick is to get these JR Sport servos. I think it's ST47s. But needless to say, we got now a Spectrum AR8000 with a satellite receiver, and it just working very good. I did the range check, and this thing is ready to rumble. And of course, here's the package deal where the Castle Creations BEC Pro, and here's the cover, the rear cover, and the canopy. And this is the old receiver combo. I think it was a Spectrum as well. I think it was the AR6200, and it flew it very, very well. So anyway, there you go, guys. It's I got it tethered, by the way, so I'll go ahead and run it up just a little. Of course, I only got 3 cells in there. It's a 2600 milliamp hour 3 cell. That's it. Just for demo purposes. This will fly with a 4 cell, and sometimes with a 5 cell for really rambunctious sport flying. All right, guys. Carlos out. Success oriented improvements here.